Dazn continues to ruin boxing and their boxing programming. Jacobs versus Rosado ends in a foobar, a blunder, if you will. And we're going to talk about that and more. Smash the like button and subscribe to the channel. We definitely working. You don't want to miss this. Oh, yeah. What up, Fight World? It's your boy, Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you smash the like button. Also, subscribe to my channel for the latest and greatest in boxing. If you want to become part of the gang, notification gang, please hit the bell icon. Shout out to the Super Chats, channel donations, the Venmo donations, the Cash App, and the Patreon family. We definitely working. Cash App is $Boxing Ego. Shout out to everybody who has contributed and supported the channel in the various ways. Before I get started, another great way to support the channel is to click the link in the description box of all of my videos and sign up for ESPN Plus. Get ESPN Plus. They have a ton of original content, docu-series, documentaries, archive footage, past fights for your viewing pleasure. They got some good documentaries like 30 for 30 as well. Get ESPN Plus for $5.99 a month. ESPN Plus. If you want more content, you can get the bundle. That includes ESPN Plus, Hulu, and Disney Plus, all three apps for one low price of $12.99. Thank you guys for your support, and let's get it. Now, yesterday, DAZN put on a Friday fight, and how it ended was really bad. You know, DAZN continues to hurt their own programming with outcomes like this. This is a scene from it. It was the Danny Jacobs versus Gabe Rosado fight. I did the Boxingego watch party. Initially, I wasn't going to do it, but I like both of these fighters, so I said, okay, I'll do it. You know, I'm in a pandemic, on lockdown. And look what DAZN put. They said the icing on the cake for Jacobs Rosado. So, in case you missed my Boxingego watch party, we'll be back for Mike Tyson versus Roy Jones card today. The BWP, just type in Boxingego BWP and, you know, come back later. But we did one for this fight card, Jacobs Rosado. And let me tell you, as a fight, it did not deliver. There was actually a good buildup. I don't think DAZN, in terms of shoulder programming, have necessarily done a good job, especially here in America, for building up fights. But this one had a good buildup. Unfortunately, the actual fight itself, in terms of action and scintillating action, did not live up to those expectations set forth by the buildup. You had Gabe Rosado, who said he was going to knock the veneers or dentures out of Jacobs' mouth. The two seemingly had bad blood. They showed you this run-in that they had before the Chavez Jr. Jacobs fight, etc. And needless to say, it didn't live up to that. But if you go and look at the actual outcome, Jacobs wins by split decision. Someone said Rosado won. This was a garbage decision, boring ass fight. He got robbed. Rosado won big. Y'all killing the sport. Man, this some BS. And the announcer got to go. From Philly, New York, from Philly, Brooklyn, worst fight of the year. Thumbs down. And, you know, look, this is not me hand picking and selecting comments. Bullshit DAZN. You know, this is just didn't deserve it. Robbery, boring fight. DAZN, what did I say? Commentary is trash. Here's what they think about you. Look, I'm not picking like specific comments. This is just the comments on DAZN's page. Barely, sleeping emoji, robbed, dry ass fight, robbery as fuck, BS decision. Now, let me get into it. What everyone is up in arms about is how it ended. And this was extremely wrong. And DAZN was seemingly bragging about it. And Eddie Hearn, he said the best part of the fight was the announcer making a mistake. And I didn't think that was cool what DAZN did. So basically it was Steve Harvey at the Miss America or Miss Universe, whatever one he judged. It was the same type of situation where the announcer said coming in from Philadelphia. And then they claimed that everybody thought Gabe Rosado won. because he's the only fighter from Philly, and everyone knows that Daniel Jacobs is not from Philly. So you look at these pictures, and Gabe Rosado went to his corner. You know, he's raising his hand like, yeah, I did it. Because they said coming in from Philly. And then they announced Daniel Jacobs as the winner. So he's out here celebrating with his arms up like, yeah, you know, thinking he really won the fight, as do a lot of fans. And then they corrected it. Look, he's hugging Freddie Roach, who trained him for this particular fight. All was seemingly well. Make sure you guys smash the like button. And this is cold-blooded for boxing, bro. Freddie Roach is embracing his fighter. He got the COVID mask and gloves, thinking they did a good thing. You know, they did a thing together. And then you see Jacobs' face. Boom. He starts looking. You look at this right now. The referee is holding Rosado's hand because customarily after the fight, the referee will raise the arm of the victor. And after they announced this person was from Philly, where Gabe Rosado is from, and not Daniel Jacobs, Gabe Rosado truthfully thought he won, as you guys see him embracing his trainer and celebrating with his arms up. The ref is over to Rosado's side. Daniel Jacobs thought he lost, and he's walking away, as you guys see. And then you see the confusion on Gabe Rosado's face. Wow. The referee, look at the referee. He's literally holding Rosado's arm to wave it in the air and announce him as the victor. And then they came around and said, nope, psych. And then you see the surprise on Jacobs' face and the surprise on Rosado's face. Man, this was bad. Rosado's like, what the hell? And Jacobs thought he lost. And then they announced that Jacobs secretly won or whatever. And I guess the announcer messed up on the locations. Man, this is bad for boxing. Now, the reason I said DAZN continues to embarrass their platform and embarrass boxing is because they keep having things like this. Fights falling apart, everybody's sick, somebody's injured, main events being scrambled. Canelo left the platform and was suing them. And then, you know, now he's coming back, but he's not necessarily having to stay. And when Canelo was contracted, when he had the fight deal with DAZN, Canelo Alvarez and Kovalev, they embarrassed boxing furthermore in the Kovalev fight with Canelo, because basically, long story short, the UFC had a same fight competing that same night, and that was against Jorge Masvidal and Nate Diaz for the BMF. And in that fight, that was a bigger fight that night. And Canelo Kovalev had to take a back seat. They had to take a back seat to that fight. Whereas after Ryan Garcia got a first round knockout, they tried to kill and buy time, and they made Kovalev and Canelo lay down in the back after warming up, fall asleep and all this stuff before the main event would come on, because they didn't want to compete with the UFC. So I thought that was poor form. And then you have stuff like this with this Jacobs card. You know, I really don't know how DAZN will survive in America at this rate. I've said this for a while. You know, Jacobs then got on the turnbuckle and started celebrating, but it was utter confusion. It was a disastrous blunder, and it was all because of the announcer. But beyond the announcer making a mistake, most people, or I would say at least a lot of people, thought Rosado was the busier of the two fighters. So he genuinely thought he won, and then to see it taken away from him, that's bad. Feel bad for Gabe, because he always has little weird stuff happen in his career. So this is him, the disappointment of thinking he won, only to get blue balls and find out he has a 13th loss on his career, even though a lot of people thought he should have won. So he's trying to figure out what went on. And I just feel that's faulty to do to a fighter. Gabe Rosado keeps going through this. Martin Murray, he beat him. He had the J. Leon Love, the Peter Quillen, you know, just different fights like this where he should have won or could have won or ended weird. And needless to say, this just wasn't a great fight. All in all, it was not a great fight. I've seen both. I've seen better from both, to be honest. But to see a guy celebrate and then have the shock of his life that it was all wrong and it was all a mishap, you know, that's bad, bro. I don't know how DAZN is going to thrive in America. They might have to go to these other countries or whatever they're trying to do, because this was just bad. I've seen much better from Jacobs. It makes people wonder. Jacobs, he's had some performances where the Triple G fight was close, the Canelo fight was close, and people question his intensity in some of those rounds. Like when he was fighting against Canelo, it's like he got off to a really sluggish and slow start, and then he came alive later in the fight. So it was just a weird judgment call. Fights where there was, similar to the Rosado fight, Jacobs was fighting Luis Cuba Arias, and there was some trash talk there. Another guy Rosado fought, Cuba Arias. Based on the intensity and the bad mouthing and the trash talk, people thought that Jacobs, the A-side fighter, would go out and, you know, just absolutely punish Luis Cuba Arias, maybe even stop him. But he didn't. You know, he beat him, but he kind of fought off emotion, and it was this type of fight. But I would even say the Luis Cuba Arias fight had a better tempo and a pace. But just for it to end like this with disaster and confusion and bad commentary, the undercard sucked, the main event wasn't good, and then the ring announcer made a mistake and announced the winner from Phil. Just look at the Philadelphia fighter Rosado's face. This is not a good way to go out. Rosado firmly believes he won, and he has a strong case to say that he won this fight. All in all, a bad night of boxing. Let me know what you guys think. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. Use my links, cash apps on the description box. As always, hate, comment, and subscribe. Till next video is Ego signing off.
So if you enjoyed this video and want more content like this on the channel, you can show your appreciation by going to the PayPal donate button or the YouTube support button, and you can donate any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Much more to come. Thank you guys for your support. Boxing Ego, the future of boxing.